This is Gavin from Behind the Beats of Ireland, and I'm here with...
Cedalia!
Hey!
So, thank you honestly for having me over. So, we'll start, off the basis with one of the first questions. What brought you together?
That's not
Who wants to talk
weird. You talk about that.
Well, I guess we started in Rock Jam. Myself, Paul, Seb, and Ben, who sadly couldn't be here. We all started. We all started in Rock Jam, and then we got the opportunity through Rock Jam to do the BIM DC Sounds camp. And Killian came along for that.
Yeah, I was a little stowaway.
Yeah, a little stowaway, and that was a great opportunity, and it kind of got us into like gigging and that sort of thing. And then Seb brought Carvey over one day. Yeah, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, don't let me ask, what is Rock Jam?
Rock Jam is it's a music school down in Sandyford, and one of the things that they do is you sign up and they basically form a band with a group of people around your age and around your skill level, and then they give you an opportunity every 10 weeks to play a gig, and it's really great to meet people.
And shout out to them, because it started us off, it's a really great opportunity to learn how to be a musician in a band and stuff. So I have to say shout out Rock Jam.
Nice.
So one of the things you all came together and all that. Where does the inspirations come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely pretty much we cover as many bases as possible, I think, between the six of us. There'd be plenty of inspiration from kind of progressive rock, but then also grunge, punk, pretty much just anywhere, jazz as well, anything we can reach out into, a lot of math rock. And it's very it seems very kind of chaotic when you're looking at it, but it all just kind of meshes together really well, I think, just because we're so used to working with each other, where we can kind of take each other's influences and just work with it. It does make picking cover songs a nightmare.
We all have completely different music tastes.
What are the types of bands you would listen to?
Personally, I love the Strokes. I'd be into all my indie rock and everything, and Arctic Monkeys and all that kind of stuff. We can go Little Rains.
I'd kind of be into more metal type of stuff, like shred guitar. I'd listen to a lot of Petrucci, Dream Theater. I love Iron Maiden and that kind of more guitar oriented.
Me too. I'm into a lot more technical music, like math rock and stuff. I'm a drummer. I like cool drum beats. So
I personally like indie rock or punk rock, like Paramore or the Strokes and Biba Doobie.
Yes. I'm getting into jazz, so I'm trying to. I like jazz a lot. I'm trying to use that influence for my bass and all that. But
So, do you have any plans now for the near future?
we have a good few gigs coming up this summer. We have one on the 30th of June, the 1st of July, 9th of July,
Yes.
and the 6th of August, I think.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So we're kind of just working with that. We're also trying to finish our first album, which we've been recording.
Yeah.
So hopefully that should be out soon enough. Maybe. Hopefully.
And how soon are we talking now?
End of summer.
Summer.
Yeah.
Yes.
7 months.
End of
That's
summer,
really
yeah.
good. Where do you record?
We record mostly at John's house, but we've done some recording here as well. But yeah, John is our recording master.
Yes.
And then you just bring it to a studio, is it? And I guess gets mixed, is it?
I do that.
Oh, you do it? You know?
With the process.
Yeah, so we record mainly at my house, and then I mix it, I master it, and I do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so hopefully we'll have the album done by the start of the summer, the end of the summer.
Started next summer.
Well, look, it doesn't feel like the start of summer.
No, not today.
When it comes to performing and going on stage, what's it like, with the gear you bring? How do you set it up, or how do you manage it?
Who's the big
guy? I do. Basically, my setup is I've got a neural DSP quad cortex and my guitar. That's it. So I don't even use the amps on stage. I just go direct into the system, simulate all my amps and stuff on the board, and that's basically my setup.
So simple.
Yeah, like we don't have, like we have plenty of equipment for home practice, but then when it comes to gigging and stuff, a lot of the times we're kind of relying on whatever the venue supplies. Like we'll obviously bring our own guitars and our own effects and everything, but like we're completely relying off the amps, and especially for drums, we're relying on the kindness of others.
I'm poor.
Oh, straight into that, like, I'm just poor. I can understand the struggle, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, do you ever have like a lack of motivation, and how do you bring that back up?
Everyone talk about this. I can talk about this. I'll talk about this. I would say it is hard sometimes, especially because we really like hold ourselves to like a lot of consistency. Like we've been practicing every week, every like Sunday since June of last year. So like we're like we've been like, you know, it's a lot sometimes, like, and especially like people are away a lot, and like there's been some practices where it's like 3 of us, and it's just sometimes it's hard to see, like, you know, like it's hard to see a point. You know, we have to like, we do hold ourselves, like we have to keep going, we have to keep doing this because we care about it, we care about the music, and we want the best for the band. So like, yeah.
It's really good, honestly. One of the questions, it's my personal question, is what happened with like stealing a few years for Icon? That's like a big question.
So Arthur, the founder of Icon, main guy, he's a friend of both of us. Like I go to school with him, Killian went, like they're old friends from primary school. So like, yeah, Arthur just like, he was like, I need a drummer, and he wanted Killian for guitar. So yeah, we got stolen. I'm sorry, Icon, this is my main thing.
This was first.
Yeah,
So
these
this
are my
is
day
the
one.
main.
So
Yeah.
the OG.
Are you sure now? Because I see he's always doing stuff like.
Well, yeah, we do stuff, but Cedalia does more stuff. I would
Do you
We'll talk about that.
devote like your time a lot to the music?
Yes. Yeah, I tend to host for both the bands just with this room, and especially since my dad works out here as well, it's just a bit of a scheduling nightmare sometimes, just trying to get as much time out of the week as possible. And like we all, like we're split up between a lot of different schools, we all have different stuff going on, people have jobs. It's not very common that we actually get like a 6-member band practice every Sunday. But like we just make up for that, we just try and put in as much time as possible wherever we can find it. And then the gigs are scary, because we love the gigs, but just getting ready for them can be a bit of a nightmare sometimes. But yeah, just because we love it so much, like it's easy to put time into it. Sure, what else would we be doing?
Yeah.
Speaking of gigs, like what's your maybe favorite venue to play at?
So we're kind of stuck at the moment between, like a lot of the bands, it's just rotating between the Sound House and the Grand Social. And they're nice gigs, like I love the Sound House, I love the Grand Social. The one time we got to play the Button Factory for Bass Fest, that was like luxury.
Yeah.
It's just a different level, and you feel it as soon as you walk in.
Yeah.
But hey, like upwards and onwards.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe more venues might open in the future.
Yeah.
I do kind of hope that, because there isn't that many.
Yeah.
No.
Especially for like you as
Yeah.
young kid, like not kids, but like young
Yeah.
teenagers
Absolutely.
coming into the music scene. There's like not as many options.
Yeah.
It's always the same spots.
Sound house all the time.
Yeah.
No, no, this.
No, this is the Sound House.
No.
They might find us.
No, don't find it.
One of the questions actually I was just thinking of is when it came to playing in the Button Factory, did you just have to go out on stage just before you came on to put your gear out, or was there actually someone there to help you?
So no one take this.
We were the first band on that night, so we basically just did our sound check, put our gear out there, and then just played. That experience didn't really feel any different to Sound House or anything. It was just, you know, you do your sound check, have your gear, and put it on.
And how long does sound checking take?
It depends, because sometimes it's more difficult to get the right mix in all of the monitors than other times, but usually it's like 2 or 3 songs,
Yeah,
Uh,
like 20 minutes.
20 minutes,
Yeah.
you know.
And it doesn't like run into anyone else's sound checks when you are about to, with other bands?
Usually they do the sound checks before before everyone comes on. So like at the very start.
There have been problems in the past.
Yeah.
There have been issues, but they
There's
were
always drama.
there's always drama.
Yeah.
But usually we do the sound checks like during the day before the crowd comes in, and then I think once we get, like if you're playing in between different bands, you just put your stuff up there and then they can click a preset to how they had it before,
Yeah.
so then you don't have to sound check again.
Right, so I'll move on to the fan questions.
Oh,
This is where like I just hear like so two of them are like, you know, great questions, but one of them's kind of silly. But like I'll ask the silly one first. Is will you wear wigs?
Okay, so that's a great question. Whoever asked that, thank you for asking. Maybe on the 30th we might be wearing some crazy outfits. Maybe we will wear some wigs. I guess you guys just gotta come to our gig.
Guess that's the way to get you wearing the wigs. And so the next fan question was, well, I kind of already asked it, but it was like story time on how each of you got into the band.
Oh, yeah, on each of
Yeah, we can go more in
Okay,
depth.
you gotta go one by one.
Okay, in 4th year, I joined Rock Jam and I met Paul, Ben, and John. Sorry, I'm sorry, Ben. I played with them for the year. And then there was a BIM thing, and then we met Killian, and then Carvy's my best friend. And one day we were looking for a singer, and I was just like, hey, I know a singer, and yeah,
I know a singer. Okay, Loki.
I kind of
How you
sorry.
sound like
Do you want to
like,
talk about your audition?
Rigorous.
Oh,
oh
yeah.
my god, so we I didn't join like the Rock Jam band. I did the summer camp, and that's how like I did it with Seb. And then Killian was working, and then Seb was like, Killian, I like Carvey can like sing for us. And I was like, okay, so I like got on Killian's car and went to his house, and then I was like, do I need to audition? And then Killian hands me like the Switch controller, and he's like, your audition is Mario Kart. And I was like, okay, so my audition was Mario Kart. And like, guys, it's not tough to get in a band. You just go to audition for Mario Kart, and that's how I'm in Cedalia right now.
My story's the same as Seb's. Yeah.
Mine's basically the same as Paul and Seb's. Like it's just through Rock Jam.
Yeah.
Another shout out to them.
Yes.
I'd like to set the record straight. Carvey did lose a Mario Kart.
Oh.
I did not.
But we made an exception. Yeah, I was working. I knew all these guys, especially like Paul. I knew you through CBC and Arthur and everything. But I'd never been in the same bands the whole way through. Like doing Rock Jam, I was in different groups. But then Baz, who's kind of the head of everything, love Baz. He kind of reached out to me one day and he was like, "Do you want to kind of join on with these guys for this summer program? Like I think you'd be interested." And yeah, I just hit them up, and it just kind of flew really well. And the rest is history.
To this day. And the last fan question is, what inspired the name Cedalia?
I don't even know who to pass this to.
See, Ben normally says it.
I can take this one.
Yeah.
I'll take this. Ben's not here. So it was it the band practice we like founded ourselves, like the
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
on like the day we
The
decided.
founding fathers.
The day we decided to become a band, we were sitting outside just over there. We were on our phones. We were like, we need to find a band name. So we were like scouring the internet. We went on Google Maps, and we zoomed into somewhere in like Missouri, and we found a place called Cedalia, and we were like, this is cool. But the Cedalia in real life is spelled with an S, and we changed it to a C because we were like, it looks cooler. So our band name is a place in Missouri. It has a tree, famous tree.
That's why our
A
logo.
famous tree.
Yeah, famous
That's
tree.
the Cedalia tree. So shout out to
Yeah.
the tree.
Yeah.
So you could just say you're named after a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it like that.
Basically.
Yeah.
Thank you honestly so much for having me over for the interview.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming
Thanks for the
down.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.